Hi everybody, Edward Builder here. Welcome back to your afternoon stimulus check update and stimulus plan update for Thursday, October the 15th. Thank you guys so much for joining me again for your daily news stimulus update, where we're bringing you what matters from multiple sources. If you guys are currently a subscribed member, welcome back. For all of those of you who are just joining us for the first time, possibly go down below and consider subscribing. For every time we strike 1,000 new subscribers, we're selecting one random comment from all of our subscribers to give a lucky subscriber $100. So every time we strike a new 1,000, we're going to give away $100 to some lucky subscriber. If you want to increase your chances, go out to check out some of our other videos. Drop some comments below, likes, thumbs ups. It really helps the algorithm move this message to other people. On today's video, we're going to talk about Steve Mnuchin and how he breaks down funds that are currently available and offered up more money for the COVID strategy that Nancy Pelosi was asking for. Trump spoke out this morning on stimulus packages, and of course our COVID updates for the day. Two of which staff members of Kamala Harris's campaign tested positive. Pausing that campaign, we have your details on that and more. Let's begin with the stimulus update. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin went on Lou Dobbs last night. I'm sure many of you saw this. And this morning on Squawk Box's CNBC. Today, giving us the breakdown of the new proposal for the COVID testing funds. Now, yesterday, within the 8 hours of meeting with Nancy Pelosi on Lou Dobbs, Steve talked about money that's sitting in the Treasury, roughly about $200 billion, money of which we don't know what it's allocated to currently. He said he will reallocate that money. Now, when he's talking about reallocating money, he's really suggesting in some small way that he could do this by executive order of the president. $200 billion is sitting in the Treasury. He also mentioned that PPP fund had $130 billion still available. Now, there are some floating numbers out there because there were two rounds of PPP funds. There was a $130 billion that was left over from the first round, and then there's $300 billion. So I'm kind of making an assumption here that there's a total of $430 billion sitting in the PPP fund. We don't actually have that accurate number. And then, add that to the $200 billion, we're talking about $630 billion that's available right now. It only takes $280 billion to get our stimulus checks out. They could practically do 2 rounds of these stimulus checks. Basically, what Steve is proposing here, he's suggesting that he will agree to Nancy Pelosi's language because he does not want to hold up the stimulus check. He does not want to hold up the rent aid. He does not want to hold up the EIDL grants. He does not want to hold up hazard pay. So this next package has a lot of great stuff in it. Will this happen before or after the election? Seems to be a really big question. Steve Mnuchin further suggests that Nancy Pelosi will accept the offer the day after the election. I'm not too clear what her purpose is the day after the election. I think she's either trying to seal the deal for a new president or kill the deal for a new president. But, if she waits until the day after the election and let's say Donald Trump is not reelected, she could always go back and negotiate a new offer, further delaying the stimulus package. I say get the deal done before the election so we can get this thing out of the way. Steve stated on Squawk Box that Nancy Pelosi demanded and is getting her requested $75 billion for testing and treatment facilities. He has raised his offer by $75 billion plus an extra $28 billion for vaccine development, something that we need to really combat the virus. So we're getting closer to the deal. This is actually kind of good news. However, there still are some things that we are miles apart on, according to Nancy Pelosi. Child care tax credits. The Democrats want $57 billion, while the Republicans want $25 billion. Larry Kudlow went on and stated that Steve is very frustrated with Nancy Pelosi's all or nothing stance. And we're getting jobless numbers. Jobless numbers were released this morning. New people of jobless claims each day. Today was at 898,000. Now, I know we went for several months striking nearly $1 million a day. We're seeing that number kind of came down, and now it's going back up again because layoffs in the airlines, hospitality industry, and, of course, the restaurants. Donald Trump spoke out this morning on stimulus checks. On Fox Business, Donald Trump this morning was asked, will you raise your offer of $1.8 billion? He replied, I would. That wasn't caused by our people. Absolutely, I would go. go big or go home. But Nancy Pelosi doesn't want to give anything. She thinks it will help her for the election, and she is holding it up. He was asked, would you pick up the phone and call Nancy Pelosi? Everybody's asking this question. It was asked to Nancy Pelosi to call the president from Wolf Blitzer, where, she said, he's not that important. Donald Trump fires back. He says, sure, I would, but she has mental problems. I think it would hurt them not to do anything, but we have billions of dollars sitting here. He further said, we're dealing with the radical left people here who have lost their mind. He followed and said, there still may be a chance to get this done before the election. She will eventually have to say yes. He goes on to say that all of the money will come back to us anyways. He will get the money from China. This is in reference to just raising tariffs or continuing tariffs for a longer period of time. He was also asked, why aren't you accepting the $2.2 trillion deal that Nancy Pelosi is proposing? And he said, because she wants to bail out badly run states. This is in reference to California and New York, something that she has been trying to bail out, or is kind of speculating that she's trying to bail out. If he upped, he suggests that his money would go directly to the workers, to the people, so their lives could not be shattered from China. Okay. Trump also stated that while cases in the U.S. are on the rise, he will not do another lockdown. Kamala Harris's campaign has been paused with 2 members of staff testing positive for corona. Biden and Harris have also gone on record to state that they have not tested positive. They were not in contact with anybody who was infected. Around the world, Europe is seeing a surge of second wave. Many countries are increasing their mask wearing requirements. Here in the U.S., we have reached 8 million affected cases of corona in the United States. 20 states of which have reached an all-time 7-day high of new cases. Melania Trump tested negative for corona, but her son Barron tested positive with asymptomatic symptoms. That has been your afternoon stimulus update for Thursday, October the 15th. Guys, we covered a lot of stuff in this topic. I appreciate every one of you for joining us today. If you have not yet done so, go down below, like, subscribe, join us on this discussions. And remember, we have a giveaway where we're giving one lucky subscriber who drops a comment down below $100 every time we reach 1,000 new subscribers. So I want to give you $100. I hope you're the next winner. I just gave away $100 not too long ago. So thank you guys so much again for joining me. I'm Edward Builder, and this has been Ask Builder. Bye for now.